to order at 9:32. Present are Bill McGowan, Carol Rowe, Paul Kears, Wayne Sarchuk, and Dan Coughlin.
Pam.
Wayne saw.
Yeah, Wayne's here. Yeah, I mentioned you. Yeah. Oh, and Pam Fahey, I'm sorry.
Is she on yet?
She is.
I'm just here to listen in on the 31 Rustic, your first item.
It's actually the only item.
Oh.
I do have one other item. I did receive the information for 15 Whitehead. So they gave me their application and their fee, and they're also going to be on as well.
When did we get this?
Yeah, they're not on the agenda, so we're gonna have to schedule them.
Okay, I'll schedule them again for the next meeting then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we don't,
But if
I mean,
They gave us if they filed an application and paid a fee, you need to get us the application and whatever documents they supplied with it, which would have to
Yep.
go to Dan, right?
Yep,
Okay.
I did send them to Dan.
yeah, but not us.
No, I did not send them to you yet.
Okay.
At least I don't think I did, but I will
I
double
haven't
check.
gotten, I went through all your mails this morning to make sure. I
Okay.
didn't get anything, so.
All right, so I'm gonna put George Marlette in. He's the gentleman from 31.
Okay, yeah, so this is, so where we are is he's not on sewer,
No,
and the town sent him a bill for $17,102.52 for sewer. So we need to correct that. And then Pam is on to discuss that he should be on sewer. Is that where we are, Pam?
Yeah, we don't even have a record of him being on septic. It's everything else around there is on sewer.
Yeah.
And the data, I mean, the age of the house, I think, is like 1960. So I'm wondering if the system is that old, but we don't have anything.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, he should have been connected up when the original system was built, and it slipped through the cracks, I guess. In terms of his grinder pump, it was installed. And in fact, it was even upgraded, I believe, but it was never activated. And back then, the only way you got out of it is if, you had a new kind of innovative alternative system, Title V, or you were in full compliance with Title V without variance. And I don't think this site would classify as that.
So Carol, does he pay any fees to the town, any connection fees, any of that?
I believe that the betterment's been paid. I will double check on that though.
I should mention there was maybe one other condition. Back then, it was hardship. I'm not sure if that was.
It was his mother that owned it back then. And that could be.
Well, is he on the phone?
We have Scott.
I'm trying to put him in. He hasn't jumped in yet.
So on an
Oh, here he comes.
good morning. This is Scott. I just saw the video's not working. Just as an operator, it is all hooked up. It does work. It pumps. So nothing is closed on it, but you could tell, that it has never been used. It's clean water. Everything's brand new. I don't know where the connection is to go to the grinder pump from the house, but everything from the grinder pump to the sewer to the street is working and operational.
How did you get water to be in it so that you could see that it was working?
I'm assuming groundwater, maybe infiltration from rain. It's just that it's not the hard cover. It's the old Interon black cover on top. So, but it was 100% clean water inside. I don't know if somebody filled it. And there was not a whole lot of water. You could still see the whole pump and everything. So it's just 18 inches, 2 feet of water in there. Not a whole lot, but.
Okay,
Well,
so
when-
we have confirmed that he's been on septic and he's been having his septic tank, emptied periodically. So we know he's been on septic and not sewer.
But he has sewer.
Yeah, just not connected to it. So,
Excuse me,
so
I did confirm.
George is here. I don't know, George, if Pam, do you have any questions of the property owner? He's on now.
Well, so the reason why I came to the Board of Health's attention is because Margette's was there to pump his septic system, and they were going to replace the D box that had, aged and corroded. And we were like, replace your D box? This is supposed to be on sewer. What's happening? And then Amy did some digging in the records and saw that the betterment was actually paid off in 2019. So we were all confused because we don't have any plans or anything like that. So under Title V, though, if you are able to connect, you are supposed to connect. So that would just be our recommendation, to just have them connect and not replace any D boxes or anything else with the septic, just connect to sewer.
So, Dan, does he need anything like, alarm, anything to get going?
Not that I know of. I mean, it would be nice to have a test performed, but it sounded like Scott maybe already did that. It's been sitting idle for a while, since it was upgraded. So, I mean, when the final connection is made, it should be tested out. Or maybe even beforehand, make sure the alarms work and everything else. But I mean, there's no reason why he can't connect, and he really should connect.
Yeah.
According to the Board of Health, that's the way it should be.
And we should,
So if he gets this bill,
we collected any money on a quarterly basis for the grinder? Meaning, what do the owner, in terms of the amount of money that they got a bill for?
Yeah, so but you're coming in broken up, but he's paid for everything and didn't hook up. So I think at this point he can hook up at his own cost, I believe, and then he'll be on sewer. And then the next calculation for a sewer bill for him would be within the quarter of him hooking up, right? So if he hooks up here, I would probably recommend hooking up in September. We'll start the new quarter. Then you'll be in the regular billing cycle.
yeah.
Just as a general recommendation, the fees that he's been charged over the years, include some portion that would go towards the replacement pump, which he did receive. And, obviously there's a base fee that was basically contributing to the system payments. So you may want to take a look at whether or not it's a partial forgiveness in terms of any abatement. And obviously I would probably hold any abatement until after the connection is made.
Yeah, for the abatement, we're looking at $17,102.52. That's strictly for usage, which he had no usage. Those fees don't include any of the items that you described. Those were paid separately from him already through the betterment process.
Well, there was also an additional fee that was charged to each user when we were doing the upgrades of the pumps.
So that was part of the betterment, right? That was
right.
part of the betterment process that was applied.
No, the betterment was separate. Several years ago, basically, when the whole pump upgrade process was being done, there was an additional charge that people were paying to contribute to the overall compensation or reimbursement of that new pump being installed. So there was a portion of the fee that was assigned to that.
Right, but I'm saying that was part of a betterment. There was a regular bill that went out specifically for that. It wasn't part of the usage fee.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, because if people were tracking when they got their stuff paid off.
Well, there was an original betterment.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was 8 or 10 years ago. The sewer commission had increased the fee slightly for every user to pay for the pump replacement program where we converted from Interons to E1s. I thought that was part of the overall service fee that they got every month.
So I guess I have a question as to, why hasn't this come before us before? 17 grand is a lot of money. Even I would have thought that when we get to like 5 or 6, somebody would have said, hey, what's going on?
Well, I assume I gather that's directed at me. I raised the issue several times. One time, Brenda in the water department actually sent someone down here because I felt that my bills were larger than normal. I thought there might be a leak or something like that. I don't know what the resolution is. It was the gentleman, I think, that passed away. So that gives you a timeline of back when the water department came out here. I then had a couple of calls to the tax assessor's office with concern because on the tax bill it said sewer. And I was concerned, like, well, what's this? I don't have sewer. And I even have a confirmatory email from the current tax person where she says, oh, no, that's just the way it comes out. It's a water bill. It's your water bill. And so, water is expensive. It's a factor. So, but as you also correctly pointed out, this was property that was owned by my mother, who is now deceased, and starting as far back as 2003, her health started declining. So I don't know. And there was a mortgage on the property as well. So this would have all been paid by the mortgage company. And we would have paid the mortgage company. Now there's no.
Well, so, I mean, do you owe money for water? I mean, this isn't all water. I mean, there must be some portion of the water and the rest sewer, right? I would think. Carol, do you have a breakdown of the bill?
But what we're showing is from 2012 to 2019, 17,102.52. I assume that's the sewer portion of the water bill.
Yes, yes. Yeah, both Ms. Douglas and Ms. Rowe work cooperatively to actually validate that figure. If you look, I assume you received their working papers where they actually did manual calculations to validate what was on the printout.
Okay. So I don't have an issue, getting rid of 17,000. My question is, so how come this point is, in 2020, they stopped billing you for sewer?
I have no idea. I mean, the whole thing is confusing. That's why I finally presented myself to Ms. Douglas and said, I'm really at a loss. I'm not stupid. I have a reasonable, education, and yet I can't sort this out. She was wonderful, and Carol has been wonderful.
When did you take ownership of the house? Was it 2019, 2020? Did the mortgage change? Right?
Yeah, probably that. Well, there is no mortgage, so yes. I'm not sure when the mortgage paid off. I almost think that that's back around 16, but that's just, I can certainly look.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious if that triggered this not being charged to you anymore, if there was a change of ownership, maybe they stopped charging you sewer. It's just surprising to me that they charge you for sewer from 2013 to 2019, and in 2020 they stopped charging you for sewer.
Oh, I wasn't aware they stopped because it was actually one of the more recent tax.
Yeah, when Carol sent out the bill, it says 0 for 2020.
Oh.
So, in fact, 2018 was only $610 compared to 2018, which was $1,200, $1,800 prior, then $2,300, $3,300, $4,000. So it was pretty high early on. So it's just, like you said, if you took over the property in 2016, all of a sudden the usage dropped by 2/3. So I think, we obviously can't unravel the mystery, but from the Board of Health's perspective, you need to be on sewer, so we have to have you hook up to.
Yeah, no, believe me, I understand that. I mean, I should be thrilled that I can do it because the Title V implications and much to Marquette's dismay, they lost out on a D-box, but.
Yeah, well, sewer makes you a better person, that's for sure.
The only other thing I think you should probably consider is there may be a statutory look back period that for abatements. I'm not sure what that is, but the treasurer may know as well. It may be limited to only a couple of years. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm in favor of the full abatement. He's got a lien on did they put a lien on your property?
I believe so.
Yeah. So in order to remove the lien, the whole thing would have to be abated.
Well, so I mean, are we abating just sewer or is this a sewer water bill? I haven't looked at that.
According to Carol, this is just sewer,
This is,
but we can do two things. One is we can get the final number of sewer only and give an abatement for that.
yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Wayne, would you be okay with that once we get it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So Carol, what you sent us a screenshot of, we need to understand if that is sewer only. And then Pam, do you need to inspect for the decommissioning of the septic system when he goes over to sewer?
I was gonna say, so that's one final thing. When you officially connected, you should reach back out to Margette's again, and they'll
Mhm.
come out and they'll pull a permit with us to decommission the tank. So they probably like just punch out the bottom of it and they fill it with sand.
Mhm.
So yeah, and then I'll talk with Margette's. They know what to do to call us for quick inspection and stuff.
So how can you decommission something that you don't have on record?
Well, it doesn't matter. He'll just pull a
Yeah.
permit, like
Yeah.
through our online permitting system to decommission a tank, and then we'll
Okay.
go out there and inspect it.
Okay, good.
We'll
So,
we'll create a file. And
oh,
throw it
yeah.
in.
Okay, awesome. So Carol, I don't know if you heard me, but the screenshot you sent us for the meeting, I added that up. It was $17,102.52. We don't know if that screenshot you sent us was sewer only or that included water as well.
I'll confirm.
Okay.
You want to make a motion, Paul, that, on verification of the sewer numbers that we approve an abatement?
Sure. So I'd like to make a motion to issue an abatement for sewer charges, 431 Rustic Drive, contingent on 31 Rustic Drive hooking up to sewer and decommissioning the current septic system. We'll
Yeah.
issue an abatement up and not to exceed $17,102.52, and we'll confirm the actual balance for sewer only, not to include water.
I'll second that. We'll do a roll call vote. Bill McGowan, aye?
All Pierce, aye.
Wayne Sawchuk, aye.
Okay.
Hey, George, any comments or anything? Is that satisfactory?
No, it is. I really appreciate the courtesy and the attention that you gave to this, and
Sure.
I'll make the connection. Is there any limit on who can do that? I mean, any reputable company? I know Rosano Davis, I know Margette's. Do they do it? I'm not,
In terms of decommissioning.
well, and also
looking
making
at-
the connection.
Oh,
And
I think-
Rosano Davis does it, I know.
I mean, generally, because you're just connecting up the sewer to the unit,
Mhm.
diverting the sewer to the unit, it's probably any licensed drain layer can do it. But you would probably need an electrician to make sure it's powered up as well.
Okay,
But it has to be a drain layer that's registered with the town of Cohasset.
okay, that's,
So
I'll
they
make sure.
have a list of 5 to choose from or something like that. I don't know what the number is, but
And
Okay,
it's on our website.
oh, great. Well, then, thank you.
welcome, George.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hope you have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you now.
Carol, anything else for us to look at?
That's it.
Wonderful.
So, Carol, how long will it take you to get us the information on the amount?
10 minutes.
So our next meeting is, Bill, when is that going to be? Today's the 8th, is it the 22nd or?
Yeah, about the 22nd, yes.
Okay, Wayne, are you on vacation for 3 weeks? I think you mentioned.
Yes, until 29th of a month.
Okay, so the two
right,
of us.
thank
can
you. I'm
make it.
signing off.
Thank you, Pam.
Right, Pam?
Thanks.
Thanks. So Bill, you and I can have a sewer meeting, I guess, on the 22nd.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll confirm with Brenda that that was only sewage, a sewage fee, and then I'll recalculate to make sure that that's the correct amount.
Yeah, just
Correct.
have you, Carol, what she typically does is break them both out, so we know we have both for the record.
Okay,
All right?
Yeah, I don't have anything else. Dan,
I
had
sent
sent
you, yeah,
the
One Pleasant.
calculations for One Pleasant. I didn't see the deduction for the existing EDUs for the property.
Yeah, it was in there. It went from 9 to 7, 2 EDUs was the existing.
Is it? Yeah, hold on, let me call up my spread. I just want to look at the spread. Let's see if I have the spreadsheet from you. So total EDUs, oh, it's under adjusted EDUs?
Yes,
Okay. I see. Okay, so that's where we go from 9 to 7. I was looking for the 2 in parentheses or something to show that it was subtracted. Okay. Okay,
I do want to mention one thing. This is based upon the load factors presented by their architect. For density, basically 20 square foot per person for this type of facility. That works out to 282 people or children as
Yep.
well. That's a big number for this space.
yeah, so what is this? It's on Title 5. You
Well,
looked up.
Yeah, Title V basically says for preschools or elementary schools, there's a certain load factor if you don't have a cafeteria and you don't have a
Yep.
gym or showers. And that's what I used. I use 5 gallons per day per person. But still the load factor, which is the quantity of people that could occupy this space,
Yeah,
he seems very high. It may be the maximum density that the architect looks at, but from a practical base, it seems like a very high number.
Okay.
So I think there's some room here.
yeah, there's got to be some room to lower this. When we were negotiating with them, we were somewhere down around, 160.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, just from my estimates of what I've seen in the past for space for this type of facility, I think I'd be closer to a 150 or 180 for a person number.
Yeah, let me look into it because my guess is it's going to be closer to 20 to 50 people, is what I'm told. So,
Oh.
yeah, it's going to be more like a daycare school than a active preschool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do
So-
have several classrooms which are large, so
Oh, they do. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
It could be one of those Montessori deals, so I'll find out. Okay, so let me find out what that is because the 682 quantity of people, right? Is that what that 682 represents in 5,600 square feet?
5,640 square feet is the
Yep.
space for the school, the net space after you deduct, laboratories and that type of thing. But
Yep.
282 persons, the quantity, is the number that's basically generated using that load factor from the architect.
Okay, so what the occupancy that high, that number is taken into calculation for flow rate, right?
Correct.
Okay, so if that number was half, would the flow rate be, instead of 1,400, 700 or something like that?
Correct.
Okay,
Direct relationship there.
okay. All right, let me get some clarification on it.
Okay.
Thanks, I appreciate your work on it.
Yeah, no problem.
All righty, do we have anything else, guys? No,
don't think so.
Yeah, where are you going on vacation so we can travel vicariously?
I go out in Sawchuck up in Canadian Rocky Mountains, and there's no cell coverage, no running water and things like that. So it's just an interest. And my son from California meet me up.
All right, well,
Bonding.
you're breaking up a bit, but have a good time. Be good.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, guys. We'll take care. We'll see you. Oh,
Very
I'd
good.
like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second. We'll do a roll call. Bill McGowan, aye.
Paul Kearsai.
Wayne Sawchuck, aye.
All right,
Okay.
thank you, guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Dan.
Yeah.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.